here back with another video, and today I have a review for the brand new Adidas Predator Edge Plus in the Alrihla colorway for the Men's FIFA 2022 World Cup. If you want to see a review from a real footballer, then let's go. Off of the price, you can get these football boots for $280 USD, 280 euros, or 230 pounds. Now when it comes to colorway, if you guys don't know already, the FIFA 22 Men's World Cup ball came out a few months ago, and it pretty much looks exactly like the football. It pretty much is based off Qatar, the host country this year. It's a nice modern design here, of course, celebrate the football, the host city, as well as the tournament. Now pretty much the exact same thing going on the football boot, a little bit differently shown though, pretty similar designs and patterns here though. We have three nice clean simple Adidas lines running all the way from the bottom of the plate to all the way around to the side of the boot by the Predator logo, which is quite honestly pretty small. And then we have another Adidas logo here, just the three stripes on the sock, three stripes on the back of the heel, and then three stripes on the bottom on the clear sole plate. That's pretty hard to see though. I think they could have been a bit more minimal with their logos. They could have taken one off here and there, but overall looks pretty clean. Definitely a colorway to get used to. Kind of looks like someone threw up rainbow on it, but at the same time it's pretty clean. But I think when it's combined with the ball, it's going to look super sick and clean on the pitch. But don't worry, if you don't like this pack very much and the bright colors, Adidas will be coming out with another pack that's black, white, and gold for select players. I'm not sure if it will be sold to the public, but more than likely it will since they put these out so dang early. One thing I kind of was disappointed when it came to the presentation of the football boot was like the bag and the box. I know this isn't that big of a deal since most people throw out both of those things, but I mean the bag looks nice. White, navy blue, and neon orange, just your regular Adidas string bag. Now even if the box is different, I know this isn't your usual Predator boxes. Usually the Predator box is a bit more girthy, but it is just your regular Adidas slide box with some cool colors on the inside. I mean the white design or even the one that matches with the boots or even just the World Cup logo somewhere in here would be pretty sick. Again, not that big of a deal since most people throw out the box in the string bag, which is something to consider because it is kind of a collector's item and only happens once every 4 years. When it comes to the upper, we kind of have Adidas's Flyknit. This is their prime knit material which runs all the way around and through the boot. Now most of it is covered up by a plastic layer and also the rubber zone skin, which is pretty much this rubber pieces placed in similar parts of the boot where you're more likely to have impact with the football. We have the outside that's a little thinner here, much thicker on the striking part, and then a little bit thinner here on the instep. This is to give you better grip and power on those certain spots, which I think is really cool. Now it definitely adds some grip. I mean, if you have water on these at all, your foot is not coming off the football. This could be a good thing or a bad thing. For me, it's kind of a bad thing because I feel like I'm kind of tripping over the ball, but for some, it might be a good thing. Now the rubber pieces do get in the way of the one-to-one feel with the football and also kind of get in the way of me striking. They kind of feel weird. It's definitely something I can get used to and maybe enjoy in the future. And that's pretty much the whole entire upper. The next part where we see the bare Flyknit is in the collar. So the collar kind of has this interesting shape to it. It kind of has this upside down U, and pretty much it's just so you can slide your foot in there. If you can see, I can spread it out pretty wide, but don't let that confuse you because this boot is super hard to put on. Now I do want to mention the inside padding of this boot is pretty nice. It's really only on the heel, but it's super plush and soft, and not every boot brand does this, so this is definitely something key to note. Now the prime knit collar is really comfortable, nice and stretchy. I mean, really wraps your foot well, but when mixed with this plastic material, it can definitely give for an interesting feel. Not saying bad, it's just something definitely different. Now overall, the collar is really nice. I mean, once you get your foot in there, it's in there. It just takes a little bit to get your foot in there, and also the lockdown side to side, I feel like isn't as good as it should be. I mean, when I'm changing directions left and right, or I'm taking different side volleys, I kind of feel like my foot's shifting outward, not as much inward, but outward is kind of uncomfortable. Makes me feel as if I'm not stable and could aid in me getting injured or just overall feeling unconfident in my shots and making me take a little less power off of them. Now don't worry, Adidas didn't just put the zone skin technology up here, we also have the power faucet technology, which is supposed to shift all the power to the front forefoot of the boot. This is when you're shooting, volleying, passing, whatever, so you can get more power on the shot compared to another boot. Now overall, I feel pretty powerful in these boots. I mean, I think it just has to do that it is a power boot, and I don't really see the technology linked in anywhere. I mean, there is no marketing for this power faucet technology anywhere on the boot, which is kind of disappointing, because I mean, if you put it in the details, you gotta put it on the boot. If it's some new technology that Adidas is making, you gotta premiere it somewhere on the boot, or else no one's gonna know it's there without looking on the website. Overall, I'm sure it's there. I definitely think they're using something special on this boot to make you get so much power, but I wouldn't technically call it a technology, and I wouldn't say it's a life-changing difference. Now we have the sole plate. The sole plate isn't really anything different that we've seen. I mean, this is the Predator 20 Plus, and as you can see, it's practically the same thing. A few differences, but overall pretty similar base design. Then we have the split sole to make the boot lighter, which I think actually works. I mean, the flexibility on the boot is not bad, especially after a few break-in times. And for how heavily plastic this boot is, it definitely flexes well. Now when it comes to studs, I wouldn't recommend using these on AG at all, as they are pretty aggressive, but for FG, they seem pretty good for changing direction and rotational turns. Now I could definitely see this as being more of a midfielder boot, even though it does have more acceleration studs. It definitely has a rotation factor in there with those diamond studs, which I think is really nice. Overall, pretty decent sole plate, but nothing too different from Adidas we haven't seen before. Now, for any boot, even if it's not a speed boot, we gotta go check in what it weighs at, so let's go. This boot came in around 8.2 ounces or 233 grams. I mean, it's not a speed boot like I said before, so I'm not expecting it to come in around 6.4, but overall I think it's pretty light for how much is on here. I mean, all the rubber components and all the plastic components, it's pretty light for all that. And being more of a rotational striking boot, I think it's really great. Now, before I get into my final opinions, let's go ahead and flip to the clips of me trying the boots out and seeing how they fit and perform on the pitch. Now overall, there's just a few complaints about these boots. I mean, the colorway looks pretty decent, the design of the boots is beautiful, definitely spicy, and you're definitely going to stand out on the pitch with these. But when it comes to some of the technology, I'm a bit concerned. These rubber pieces kind of take away from my one-to-one feel with the football boot, as well as adding a little too much grip that I'm comfortable with. Now one of the biggest concerns was stability. I mean, not when shooting, but when the side-to-side movements came, I feel like my foot was kind of hanging outside the side of the boot, which really wasn't comfortable. I feel like it takes away some of the power of your shot and can definitely aid in you getting injured since your foot's kind of moving, but your knee's not. It's kind of weird, but I'm not really loving it. This probably is just because it's a laceless fall boot, so maybe trying the laced ones next time would help. There's not just all bad things in this boot. The prime knit feels really nice. I mean, the weight of these boots is awesome for what's in here. The sole plate, I mean, just your average Predator sole plate. Overall comfort of this boot and the width of the boot is perfect. I don't see these being very form-fitting boots, but definitely something that fits around your foot pretty good. And overall, the power of this boot, the power aspect, I mean, you get really great power of these boots. If you're someone who shoots a lot or does a lot of shooting training sessions, these could be a really great option for you. Overall, pretty nice boot. Maybe not something I'd wear right now, but take into consideration that I might wear it later. It has really nice technologies to it, and overall, it's a sick looking boot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe down below, turn on those post notifications, and like this video. All links in the description down below, and I'll see you in the next one. So get out!